Greetings and good morning. Welcome to day 144 on the Appalachian Trail. The goal today is to get down to, I think it's Kelly Stan Road, where Wicked Wayside is going to come pick us up, and we're going to shuttle tonight, or shelter tonight in the hostel, which is supposed to rain off and on the rest of the day, and we've already got wet tents, so that'd be a good opportunity to dry out. And then Mark has a shuttle bright and early to take him back to the airport in the morning, so it's a good spot for us to coordinate all that. Like I said, today's a 12-mile day down to Kelly Stand. Mostly a wet type of hike today. I'm carrying a wet tent. I hate carrying a wet tent. So that's a lot of extra weight that I really don't need, but that's where I am. Got a great night's sleep. How was your sleep, Mark?
It was excellent. Record sleep score last night. So,
oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a little bit cooler, so that made it nice.
It cooled down, and I don't know, some reason rain and storms, I actually sleep better in rain and storms. So we'll hike on down the mountain. So get this. As I was taking my tent down this morning and pulling the tent stakes out, they were all slimy. Yee, slimy. So I guess slugs had been crawling on my tent stakes through the night. I guess. That's the first time I've pulled my tent stakes out and they were slimy. Ugh. I also woke up with my butt on the ground. Not bad, just a little bit. So somewhere there's a little bit of a leak in my mattress. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I really don't want to buy one because I'm probably only 41, 42 days out on the trail. And I don't know, I'll assess the situation. If it gets worse quickly, maybe I can find a mattress in Hanover in a week or so. But I really don't want to buy one. And you know, as long as that mattress was blown up yesterday, it was almost 12 hours blown up. Maybe it's okay. Maybe I don't need to be sleeping on it that long. But you know, I always need the rest. And I've slept pretty good on those mattresses, but I don't think I'm going to try to stretch this one out. And I shouldn't have any. I mean, you never know what you're going to get in the whites, right? But I shouldn't have any cold nights the rest of my hike. It will certainly cool down, so I don't know that I need the R. My pad has a R factor of 4.7, but I don't think I need a 4.7 for the next month and a half. So maybe in Hanover it might be just as well I go and buy a lighter weight mattress that's got a lower R value. And anyway, I'll be monitoring my my mat situation. Also, I had a couple questions about how's my toe. So I can still feel it. You know, typically with a sprain, you're going to feel it for a while, and I'm still feeling, but it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't prevent me from hiking or pretty much doing whatever I want to do. It's just, you know, a certain type of push off on my foot. I go, oh, yep, it's still there. But it gets a little bit better every day, so that's good. All right, let me put the phone down and hike. Okay, so we've been climbing pretty hard for about a half a mile, climbing up this hill, and was looking forward to a view just over the summit of the hill. There wasn't anything at the top, and here's the view. It's overgrown and the trees are in the way. I can barely make out maybe a ridge over there. So no view here. I'll keep looking for them. back into the woods. So we've basically been going downhill for 2 hours. And about a mile ago, we saw what we believe was moose droppings. So now, every time we get to a pond, we're looking around to see if there's a moose there. All I hear is a frog. Well, I had to put my phone up back at the last shelter where we had lunch because it started to rain. And so we've been coming downhill for about four miles. We have about a half a mile to go to get to our parking lot for a pickup. And the rain has stopped. The sun's out. Although we're still getting some drips from the trees, but it's not bad. And the mud hasn't been that bad. I mean, there's been mud and we've had to navigate around it, but you know, Vermont is known for its mud, and we've been fortunate so far. At least the first 42 miles of it hasn't been too bad. Knock on wood. I hope the rest of it's not bad either. Anyway, about another half mile. All right, so we've spent the last 3 weeks hiking the Appalachian Trail, and I tell you what, it's been a tremendous treat for me to have Mark join me the last couple days, and it's been a lot of fun. So Mark, tell me, what kind of things surprised you the most that you didn't expect to see or encounter on the Appalachian Trail?
I'd say a few things that surprised me. One, I mean, the miles are tough out there. You know, a 12, 14 mile day normally wouldn't be a whole lot for me around the neighborhood, but get out on the trail and there's a lot of elevation gain and loss and roots and mud and rocks and weather and bugs, and so it's definitely a lot more difficult to get miles in. It's a lot slower than I guess I thought, so that was a little bit of a surprise. And then really just the whole trail community. Met a lot of people on the trail. Everybody's very friendly, talkative, shares their story, very helpful, wants to help each other out. So I guess I was pleasantly surprised just about the whole trail community.
Yeah, I'm constantly amazed at how many people will help you when you need help, and just give you things when you don't even know them, and yet they'll give you their food or their water or whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Mark, it sure was a pleasure having you with me the last couple of days. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was an honor. Glad to be able to go out there and join you and reconnect. So thanks for having me.
All right, so it's the end of day 44. You can see the map. That's where we are. It's we've come a long way. Springer Mountain in Georgia, all the way up. That's hard to believe. We have gone a long way. Wow. Well, like I said, terrific couple days with Mark this week, and just an absolute pleasure being able to hike with him. He goes home tomorrow, so we'll say goodbye in the morning. He's got a shuttle back to the airport and heading back to Texas, and I'll be on day 145 climbing over Stratton Mountain. But today was 144. It was a 12-mile day, and fair amount of mud, but mostly downhill. Lots of rocks, roots, lots of jumps and twists and turns, and kind of what you expect on the Appalachian Trail in Vermont. So take care. Good night.